Hi, welcome to part 2 in this series covering our 2025 group ride to Northern Vietnam. The approximate complete loop is shown here and takes in parts of the Ho Chi Minh Trail and the Ha Giang Loop.
Morning. Early start today. Leave at 7 a.m. We head to the border at Mukhdahan, Thailand. We go right across Laos and into Vietnam at Khe Sanh. So 2 border crossings, technically 4 because you've got to go out and then go in and then go out and then go in. So it's going to be a long day, but yeah, should be fun. Just a 260 kilometer distance across Laos. Cheers.
Here we are at the Thai side of the border with Laos at Mukhdahan. Earlier we each applied for e-visas for Laos and Vietnam and sent the tour organiser copies of the bike documents, green books, regos and current tax paperwork. He completed the TM2 forms for a 1-month temporary export for our bikes. Now we only need the original documents and passports to stamp out. This makes everything quite fast and simple, but for a bike that's not registered in your name, you also need power of attorney from the owner. And we head over to Second Friendship Bridge to do it all again on the Laos side. We'll stamp in, show our e-visas and the vehicle paperwork once again for temporary import permit, compulsory third-party insurance, and we'll pay all the relevant fees, of course. And cleared for takeoff. Later we're going to repeat the whole process for Vietnam, since the e-visas for Laos currently cost about $51 US. It's a bit to pay for about 3 hours in the country, but hey, what are you going to do? Back in Laos, big trucks, crap roads. Lots of interesting vehicles. And I reckon we got us a convoy. Soon we're going to make the first tourism stop of the trip. This is at Lam Son 719 War Museum. It's situated here at what is now called Dongsavan in Laos. This was the scene of a pretty huge battle between the North Vietnamese PAVN or Viet Cong and the Southern Vietnamese ARVN, backed naturally by the US. In short, the Ho Chi Minh supply chain had been running through this area since about 1959. After the overthrow of Prince Sihanouk in Cambodia and the closure of the Sihanoukville port, in late 1970 the US decided it was a good time to attack the Ho Chi Minh supply line. And it would be good for ARVN morale to have a big victory. So they supported the ARVN with artillery, helicopters, aircraft and logistics, and they engaged the PAVN and Pathet Laos forces here between February and March 1971. It was a huge defeat for them. The cost was up to 20,000 ARVN, South Vietnamese, dead, injured and missing, and the US also lost a handful, maybe 1,300 of their inverted commas advisors, dead or injured, together with about 7 fixed-wing aircrafts, 108 helicopters, over 600 badly damaged as well, and about 600 tanks and other ground vehicles in total. Here at the museum you can see a lot of this wreckage. The PAVN, or North Vietnamese Army, lost about 2,000 troops, or 20,000 depending on which account you wish to believe, with about 6,000 wounded. And now we move to the Laos border with Vietnam, and here we repeat the earlier process of temporary importation. Okay. And now to the Vietnam side of the border at Lao Bao. Here are the bikes on this trip. We had an ADV 350, several Honda CRF 300 rallies, a Versys 300, two Ducati Desert X's, one of two Honda Transalps here, a Honda CB 500X, my Triumph Tiger 800, and there's also a Triumph Speed Twin further up the line here. Oh. Yeah. And once again we're checked and cleared for takeoff, and off we go to begin the tour of the north part of Vietnam. We've met up here with our tour guide, Win. There he is with a 360 camera. The mastermind behind the operation, or one of them. We also have Mike Gagne leading the trip. And pretty quickly, although the road is nice and clear, we realise we're in Vietnam. Beautiful clean towns, nicely planted out. Great roads. It's a very beautiful country in terms of the town planning. Here a bunch of kids come to wave at us from a school. We're trying to find a hotel here, but we're not quite sure which one it is, so we're just sitting parked up. Only one or two wrong turns, and there's Wind pointing the way to the right one. And it's one of these fairly typical underground parking affairs. So stay tuned for the next part, in which we'll take a look around Khe Sanh, and then move on to the next destination. Who's that sneaking past me? There we are, parked up after a long day, and we finished the day with a bit of karaoke, of course, in true Vietnamese style. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.